where there has been, and I don't want to overstate this, there's not a Republican revolt against Donald Trump, but there has been some noticeable pushback, particularly in the Senate in recent days. I wrote about it at the end of last week. Though Trump has increased his hold on the party in many ways, including backing, the primary candidates that he backs win. He has ousted a lot of the dissenters in the party, with John Cornyn being the latest. But he's also really, frankly, angered many Republicans in the upper chamber who, the reason why they were on recess last week is they went home early because they refused, after the Cornyn, matter, they refused to take up the weaponization fund. They've put some roadblocks in front of the ballroom funding. What are you seeing here? Is this just a blip, and like so many have been before, and largely the party will come back to him, or do you think there'll be even a small degree of independence from the Senate, who might, for the first time, be starting to look beyond President Trump's reign?
I think you're going to see the latter, and I'm glad you said small degree of independence. Again, the people have been looking for this dramatic break for a long time, and you're going to keep looking. But small degree of independence, yeah, I think you're going to begin to see it. And the reason why is that there's a very important distinction that a lot of these senators are very aware of that has been sort of underplayed in the public, and that is Trump turned on senators who had in many ways been doing everything that they could to signal their loyalty to Trump. I mean, Senator Cornyn, in the days before the Paxton endorsement, had been working time and time again to demonstrate his loyalty to Trump. Now, the thing that was very clear is that it's 100% loyalty or nothing for Trump, because he took on senators who had broken with him in some important ways in the past. So, for example, Senator Cornyn voting to certify the election. But again and again, you were not talking about senators who had defied Trump all over the place, or senators who were defying Trump all the time, just very rarely, very selectively. And so they're now learning that to be with Trump, it's 100%, or you're going to have a target on your back. It is holding a standard that is dangerous for them, or there's a political target on their back. And so this is infuriating. It's frustrating. It's demonstrating that often loyalty is a moving target. And I do think that frustration is going to spill over in some important ways.
That loyalty also being a one-way street. But by Trump's, purges here, he has potentially hurt his ability to get things done if the Republicans revolt, but also hurt the GOP's ability, potentially, to hold on to the Senate this November, adding to his increasingly lame duck status. David French, thank you so much. David's latest opinion piece for the New York Times